Hi everybody, I'm Alia of Cairo, and I wanted to talk about some things that you may or may not know about Cairo and Egypt in general. So Cairo is a city and Egypt is the country. And but I just wanted to cover some things with you that maybe you may not have known since, and you're coming here, and I think it's kind of important to know these things. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is evil eye, okay? The evil eye is very, very, very big part of the Egyptian culture, and they really believe in it a lot. Probably, maybe 95% even believe in the evil eye. And so, for example, if you go to somebody's house and you like their house and you say, wow, you have such a beautiful house, don't do that. They think that when you do that, when you compliment them, that you're giving envy to them and you're giving the eye of envy, okay? So a lot of times you'll go into people's houses and you'll see like a little placket with an eye and dangling things on it. This is to ward off the evil eye. And people wear things like this, like jewelry and rings and bracelets with the evil eye to protect themselves. So what you have to do if you want to say that your house is very beautiful, you say mashallah, and that is kind of like God bless you, but in a protective kind of way. So for example, I have a little story. I have a friend, and we came to Egypt once and we saw a very famous belly dancer, and my friend said to her, you have beautiful legs. And then the next day she got sick from her legs and she had a problem, and she blamed it on my friend. She never wanted to see her again. So this is, I'm not joking, this is a true story. So these are things that, for example, something that I did. I went to somebody's house for dinner and there was a kid running around and eating. And I thought it was so cute. And I was like, oh, eat so much, And they thought I was cursing the child because I didn't say mashallah. So, it's so difficult to know what's the right thing to say and what's the wrong thing to say. But like if somebody has a really nice car, don't say, oh, your car's so nice, because then they're gonna think they're gonna get into an accident. They do say things and they know you're foreign. So they do say things to themselves, like mashallah, to themselves to protect themselves. But it's better if you just refrain from saying that. Don't say somebody's hair is beautiful. Unless you say mashallah, things like that. So that's one thing. So the next thing I wanted to talk to you about is physical contact here in Egypt, or in Cairo, or in Egypt. It does apply pretty much all over the Middle East, actually. Men and women are not supposed to have physical contact. You're only supposed to have physical contact with your wife or your husband or your family. So I think that the best thing to tell you is that, a lot of foreigners, they come here and they think that, they can greet somebody by kissing them on the cheek, especially men. You can kiss women on the cheek, but don't kiss men on the cheek. It's not proper, it's not polite. I've seen many, many girls do it. I do it sometimes, but these are people that I've known for like a really long time. But if you don't know somebody really well, it's probably not best to do that. Most of the time, also, these men that you encounter in the festivals and things like this, I'm talking about for dancers, okay? There's also, of course, I'm gearing this towards dancers because I myself am a dancer. But in general, I know these people, but if you wouldn't know somebody on a really one-on-one basis and you see them all the time, you wouldn't do that. Nobody does that in Egypt. They will shake hands, but even sometimes they don't do that. They just nod. So up to you what you want to do. You're foreign. You have a free pass. Sometimes when, if you come here and you really don't know. But I would suggest that don't get too friendly with people. I've seen girls just hug on men in the festivals and stuff like that. And it's not proper. So especially if maybe the guy's wife is standing there. She wouldn't look really favorably upon it. So that's the second thing. So the third point I want to make is that sometimes as foreigners, we're friendly, and we're happy when we're on vacation. So we come here and we just want to say hi, and, we're more engaging because our societies aren't maybe as closed as a conservative society like this, or say maybe in Qatar or even Dubai. You wouldn't, even though Dubai is like really international, and all these Bahrain and all these Arabic countries, there's rules about the way women act. And although, as I said, we're foreigners, we have a free pass, they understand about our cultures because they see a lot of tourists. So, but if you're going into like a store and you want to buy something, don't be overly friendly and don't, smile and, go to the guy who's the shop owner and be engaging, because this is kind of like, to them, it's kind of like an invitation. They think like, oh, she likes me and I like her and hope we can get together, So they're gonna just treat you a little bit differently. So if you just go in there and you say, oh, this is what I need, get the serious face on, I'd like that, instead of like how I am, which is, hi, how are you, blah, 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 then, it's just better, because women here are not as forward and friendly as we are in the West. And that's just the reality. It's nothing wrong with it. It's the reality, so that's what it is. So one more thing I wanted to mention is about religion here. So it's almost better, especially if you're an atheist, if you say that you just don't speak about religion. Because if you are an atheist and you tell somebody here that you don't believe in God, this society is very attached to the religion. I think there's like 85% Muslims and like 12% Christians and like 3% other, or something along those lines, but it's very similar to that. I have a friend who had a friend visit her, and they were speaking about religion, and they asked her, oh, are you a Christian? And she said, no, I believe in the theory of evolution. And they were like hitting their face like, what? You don't believe in God? And she said, no, I believe in the theory of evolution. And so they asked my friend, they said, how can you be friends with this woman that doesn't believe in God? So I'm not gonna say all the people in Egypt are like that, in Cairo or in Egypt, but there's a majority that would rather you believe and be Buddhist or whatever, any kind of religion, but have a religion and believe in God. And so that's kind of something that's really, that was really shocking to me, because I also did have conversations with people, and if I said, oh, well, I think religion is man-made, they were just like, what? Are you crazy? So, yeah, so it's just, something that you should know. I think it's pretty important for people to be aware of that. The fourth and final point I wanted to make about foreigners and especially dancers traveling here is to probably not tell people that you are a dancer. And why? Egyptians don't see dancing as we do, as foreigners do. They love their dancers, and they love dancing. It's part of their culture. But a woman who puts a costume on and goes to the stage and shows her body, especially because this is a Muslim conservative society, is not looked upon nicely. I kind of have to say it's almost the same as being a stripper in the States, in a sense that that's exactly the way they view you if you say you're a belly dancer. So if you go here, there, and everywhere and you tell everybody, oh, I'm a dancer, they immediately get an impression about you. And I think that it's best if you don't tell anybody. They're also, the reason being that, like before in the movies, they used to not show the dancers in a very high regard. They always were showing them maybe as prostitutes or maybe as like women that were teasing men and stuff like that. So, you know, this is just the concept of the belly dancer here. It's not the way we study and the way we have art and the way we come to Cairo and we really want to learn this dance. And actually, to be honest with you, it's probably like that all over the world. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you're a belly dancer. Do you do anything else? You know, so, but even here, it's worse. You know, so don't tell people you're a dancer. It's really not looked favorably upon, but thank God we all can come to this country and love the dance and can study with Egyptian teachers. And, you know, all that aside, Cairo is still a really amazing place to visit and you'll really love it. And the pyramids are amazing and Luxor is amazing and all the beach cities are amazing and the museum. And there's so many things. So just wanted to cover those couple of points with you so that when you come here, you're more prepared and you know things. So hope you liked the video and leave a comment below if you want to say anything or have any questions, and I'll see you in the next video.